Hello, lurkers. Hello, you archaeologists. Welcome to the proximity. I'm about to begin a Halo Moon adventure. It crashed me out a couple of times. I had to put it in 4K. I'm not sure why. So I am playing this as a part of my muddle and mystery playlist. I'm streaming on the internet, and I like to jump between old games like Phantasmagoria 2, which I literally just finished, into new games or into sort of puzzle games. You know what I mean? There's sort of a puzzle theme both sides, but one of them is a sort of more hardcore, I hate using that phrase. You know what I mean though, like enthusiast level puzzle games, like a sort of Myst-like this I think is, and more of the sort of FMV old school point and click. I've not updated this because I need to tease what the next game is after this, but this is Moonhaven, which is one of those indie games, I think. You've heard of those? Thought it looked quite interesting. How I found this is I played a game called Quern, which is also sort of a Myst-like. What if Myst? So I'm going to turn the mouse sensitivity up a little. What if Myst had items that you could pick up and put down, so it was a bit more like a point and click. I like that game well enough, but there were issues with that. And I looked up a thread. I really want to press spacebar to jump, and it is not in this game. It's the look at the sea, look at the sky. And I looked up Reddit threads, as you do when you like want to find out more about a game, and they recommended this game and another one, and I got this game and another one. Moonhaven. What's it all about? How does it control? Welcome to Celios, the moon of the planet Menra. After a cataclysmic event, Menra was destroyed. Since I was on Celios when it happened, I was spared and became the last survivor of my civilization. With all the machinery at my disposal, I made a teleporter that has the ability to scan the universe and look for people from other worlds. If you're reading this message, it means that this device worked correctly. It also means I can't be there to welcome you. In that case, I wish to give you my treasure. Patiently collected during my lifetime, the key on the back of this device contains teleportation coordinates that allow you to activate the Action to go back home. Okay, I seem to have it. I don't know how you do that, but I picked it up, I think. And go down there. I worry this is going to give me motion sickness. T. So it seems to turn green when I can interact. So there are, I could go mouse only. I was hoping for a controller. Should we have some choices? I mean, ignoring the option to go upstairs, we can go down and around, go towards the T building, or it's just a circle. Let us investigate this building. The one from the screenshot I took. It is that game. I got the correct game. Lovely. I can run with that. That's more likely to make me feel ill, though. Open the door. Lovely. I have found some music. There's a house. That's not a house, buddy. That's a tower. It even says tea on the bottom. I didn't make a cup of tea. I've got an old one that's too cold. Facing the base island is an island composed of 2 craters where one built a laboratory to experiment on wireless electricity transmission. Thank you, Transporter Snail. It was due to these experiments that I was able to master the techniques used by the teleporter that brought you here. The access to this facility is protected by a code. That of the laboratory is composed of the number of its beacon flashes forwards by its horizontal coordinates. Okay, I read those out of order, didn't I? From Menra, Celius is a wonderful sight. This moon, completely covered with water, seems to shimmer constantly. At daytime, its unique ocean reflects the sunlight, and at night, because of its vast stormy zones, it sparkles like a precious stone. I will say, the font, not the easiest thing in the world to read. For thousands of years, Celius has captivated the imagination of everyone who ever lived on Menra. So what I would have liked in an ideal world was like another panel with the writing on in like a readable font. And now I could just read that instead. But like this paper still exists as a piece of paper, I get it. Celius has captivated the imagination of everyone who ever lived on Menra, and during my whole life I've always wanted to travel there. Thanks to the success of my inventions in many technical and scientific fields, I have a huge fortune at my disposal to make this dream come true. For many years I have studied Celios' surface. I drew maps of its stormy and calm zones. I also discovered the presence of many small islands where it would be possible to settle down. Using various means at my disposal, I engineered an airship to travel in space and bring everything necessary for me to build a base on Celios. So, it is a little unfair to compare every game like this to Myst, but it's in the genre, so it's going to be compared to Myst. And one thing I think Myst did quite well at first, because Myst was made by an amateur as well, right? It was just like, if you had enough money, you could be in the gaming space. But like, that guy wasn't a professional writer, he was a game writer in the 90s. But he was obviously a nerd, really into like his own world he invented. And he did a very good job of seeding that world by having lots and lots of books with completely unnecessary information in, which is annoying as fuck to read. Like, replaying Myst 1 that I did like 5 years ago now, I skimmed, like I barely read those books, because like I'm just looking for puzzle solutions in them, whereas all the games that follow tend to like be really light with the introduction. But I will say it sells the world a lot more when you have like a bookcase and it's not just somebody going, hello, you are here now, and I am not here, because the game requires me not to be in the same room. You know what I mean? Now, I appreciate resources are a factor here, time and resources. Quern was a little better for this, for like, there's a reason why one guy is writing to you, and it's firmly established why. And he's doing research, you're learning as he's learning. And Myst series has sort of things like that as well, where they're like writing diary entries, they're not necessarily talking to you. The first island has been set up is the one in which you're currently standing. It has a docking platform for the 2 airships going back and forth between Menra and Celios. an office with a telescope facility up on top, an electric turbine, and a port to moor the exploration boat to easily find your way at sea. Each port has a beacon that can be identified by the number of times it flashes. If the weather is cleared, it's possible to see the beacon of any of the other islands before the island's proximity to each other. I will also say all of these games should just have somebody narrate. Quern did, obviously, but and Myst does, but like I think it takes Myst a while to have magical narrators, because it's just like magic exists in those worlds, or, you know, sufficiently advanced science. If you have the money, just have somebody fucking narrate all the writing, if you're going to have a ton of writing in it. I think it took till the third game until that happened. I might be misremembering. Misremembering, eh? Anyway, as I said before, I'm making comparisons, but like, again, established property, not exactly a fair comparison. After the discovery of other islands, and once new facilities were built on them, I had a network of stations set up for a small electrical airship that facilitated movement from one facility to another. I still need to improve the reliability of its batteries, whose capacity deteriorates quickly. So, I have issues with Quern's story. Mainly, my issue with Quern is the guy who's teaching all the stuff. There are two perspectives, and you hear from the guy, and he has a very evil voice, and it's like, yes, they do quite a good job of selling his story of being trapped here and coming up with these things. It didn't just say I invented stuff. You can sort of see the process of which he did that. But he does it all in an evil voice, and then eventually you meet like a hippie voice, and she's like, that guy's evil, so don't pick his ending. And I'm like, you haven't actually sold on me very well why his idea is a bad idea. They were like, if our magic gets out, people will turn evil because we did. And I'm like, I'm not really convinced that would be the case. And like, the game lets you choose, but tonally it really wants you to do one over the other. It does a really bad job of like making the choice interesting. Anyway, but it did. Had that guy been a bit more like neutral sounding, and had they had better arguments for the two sides, that would have been a lot more compelling. I can't believe I'm saying this, but like, this could do with a tiny bit more flowery prose. Again, I've just started. I'm being really judgmental immediately. It just, like, games are allowed different priorities as well. But it's just, I'm just saying my thoughts. And I might change it. You know, this game might sell me on an entirely new way of thinking about the game. But I'm trying to say thoughts as they develop rather than like keeping everything to myself. Here's a map. Telescope Island. Cannon Island. Laboratory Island. House Island. Cannon Island. Telescope Island. Oh, I see. Don't seem to be able to edit those in the moment. I'm gonna have to look off screen because I think this might make me feel ill to play. That's not the game's fault. I mean, it is slightly because like a reticle, some sort of object on the screen that doesn't move. The dot's there, but I could probably do a little bit more. And wide angle. But it is a puzzle game. It might not want me to be able to change that. Base lab house cannon. Can't press that. So it's been a while since I played... No, it's not. It's Quern. Quern wasn't that long ago. Fair enough. That's completely thrown me what I was trying to say. I'm not actually sure what to do. I finished Abduction and then started the Myst Guy's next game, and I never finished that, is what I'm getting at. Let's go down there. So I'm going to send it down again afterwards. I just want to have a look around. It's a turbine. Right, that's why we do that. Power installations. So I'm looking off screen because I don't necessarily want to look at the screen while I'm sprinting full pelt. So on Telescope Island, of course. We are here. Might want to note that number. Not sure what to do. The number of its beacon flashes followed by its horizontal coordinates. I don't seem to be able to interact with anything. Huh. Okay, so the sea is going that way. This is presumably how we power the island. We actually already had it in a good place, but whatever. I didn't want to bring that up. That was a mistake. Sorry. I'm not allowed to move while it's moving up and down. Cool. Oh, it's Ektor Turren. Maybe I'm supposed to bring the turbine up when it's at full? Doesn't seem like it. We have power. I don't know where the power is going to. It's going to my head. There's nothing behind them. I might need a hint, or my brain might not be working. I'm tempted to leave a cut here and try again tomorrow. It is Tuesday, Monday. Because right now I've just keep going between the 3 different areas, and I've just started the game, and I'm worried that I've just missed something obvious. And rather than just sort of wasting a lot of time figuring that out, it might be just worth putting it off until when my brain works better. So it has a minimum, but maybe it needs to be maximum. Cool, that seemed to be something. Okay, I've done a thing. We got lucky there because I was very close to just going, fuck it, I'm trying something else. Ah, there's a left and right. I think it does actually tell me there, yeah. Decrement, increment. Okay, I'm getting used to the game. Okay, it has told me already by one of these notes. Access to the facility is protected by the code. Number of beacons flashes forwards by its horizontal coordinates. Laboratory. We're on telescope. Come back to this. Hence the T. Base lab house. Base lab house cannon. House. Cannon. Gonna put it on 0, 0. Okay, we can't see any of the other islands. I assume there'll be a signal when I find the right one. Right, I think I might leave it there anyway. It took us a long time to turn the fucking machine on, to be honest. But you can hear me struggling. And yeah, I have learned a long time ago that if my brain's not up for it, then we're just wasting time here. But I'll keep this as a first episode, I reckon. Just a gentle look at it. Thank you very much for watching. I've been having a moon and a Haven Moon adventure. Farewell. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.